I was watching Kevin Samuels. I know I love watching him. And I always talk about us being a little delusional, the women. And I was actually also watching April Mason. I really, really like her. Some of the things, I don't agree with everything, but I really, really like how she is so good at looking at the woman. And I remember she saying, like, looking at the women and helping the women out. But I remember it was a time that she stopped because of the simple fact that a lot of us don't want to listen. We keep doing the same thing and coming up with the same result, and frustrated by the time we're looking up and saying, why is things the way they are? And it's because a lot of times we don't want to be receptive and we don't want to change, right? So I wanted to talk about the delusional woman. And if you're not delusional, then it doesn't affect you. But hit dogs holler. That's all I can tell you, right? And it's not going to be a long video. I was watching, and the reason why I'm talking about this, I had some friends over. We were talking about one of the clients that came. I had about 4 clients this weekend. And the client said that she was going to this lady and she was doing her K-tips. She was getting K-tips done. She had short hair. And she had been wearing it for about 3 months. She was, getting her maintenance and things like that. And she said that when she went to the lady and, she took them out and she decided to go with a different method, right? Because it's pretty expensive. She said that she noticed her hair hadn't gotten too long. It had grew a few inches, but it had gotten so long. And the lady said to her, well, what were you expecting? And she said, well, I expected my hair to get longer. And so she said, did we tell you that the K-tips is going to, when we attach it to your hair, it's going to make your hair grow longer? No. So why would you think that? A lot of us are delusional, especially when it comes to our hair. I know y'all like, what? Yeah, we're going to bring it to that first. We're delusional because a lot of times I'm like, now, how long you done had that hair length? You really think that your hair is going to grow in 30 days or your hair is going to grow back in this amount of time? You've been doing damage to your hair for like 30 years, 20 years. And then now that you decide, hey, I'm going to change that because guess what? Now I have hair thinning or alopecia. I'm going to change that. Now that I started my regimen and I've done things for the past 2 weeks, I don't see a difference in my hair. That's delusional. Because, even if you weren't doing those things to your hair that caused the hair thinning, even if you still had healthy hair, I'm talking about us. Some of us, our hair grows extremely fast, right? And some of us, our hair does not grow extremely fast. It grows 2 to 3 inches a month. The average 30 days is 2 to 3 inches, guys, right? Sometimes you'll see a growth depending on the life cycle of your hair, or the life cycle meaning the anagen stage where it's just growing. Then you got the catagen stage where it's shedding and it's growing. And then you got the telogen stage where the hair follicles sleep and you notice a lot of shedding. So that's the life cycle. So you could be in the anagen stage or the catagen stage, right? And you're seeing your hair grow a lot. Or you could have just came through chemotherapy and you had to cut off all your hair, but now your hair is growing back and it's growing back in a different texture and it's growing back beautifully and long and fast. I've seen it, right? But we become delusional when we want a hairstyle with like a Halle Berry. I wanted my hair cut like Halle Berry and I wanted the waves like Halle Berry. And my hairstylist at the time, I was very young. I was 22 and she said, you don't have Halle Berry texture. Halle Berry mama is white. You got 2 black parents. You need a relaxer. We're delusional. So when I talk about, I'm not just talking about other women. I'm talking about myself as well. We will go out, all of our clothes, we will go out, we will be half naked. We leave nothing to the discretion. And the minute that a man disrespects us, now we're hollering, don't disrespect me. But that's what we're putting out. We're walking around with bonnets on our head, running to the store talking loud, yelling, and when somebody stereotypes you, you want to get in an argument and say, you know what I mean, how dare you say that to me, or whatever the case may be, or you want to cuss, or, do your thing or whatever. We're delusional. We will meet a man, we will be on social media. I think this new thing, it drives me nuts when I go on TikTok and they're trying to sell a bra, or they're trying to sell a girdle, or whatever the case may be, and they're wearing it. They're like, see how the panties fit on me? And I'm like, who told you to do that? It screams, I need attention. It screams, you have a lot of issues. I don't need you to show me you and standing in a bra and I can see your nipples through the bra. I don't need to see that in order to sell it. There's other ways you can talk about selling it. You can put testimonies. It's so many different things. But we're delusional in thinking now we will put ourselves out there in a way, right, very sexually, and then we'll have a man that say, hey, yeah, I'm gonna fly you out, or I'm gonna take you on on something to eat, and your job is what that they're saying today. He need to be a 6-figure man, and he needs to be able to fly me out and take me here and spend money and pay all my bills. But then when a man is looking for what's between what you're offering, because that's what you put out, you don't want to do that, or you do want to do it. And then when the getting is done, and he's like, okay, I'm on to the next. Or you're now saying, I want to be married. You can't possibly think that man from the jump start looked at you and said, that's going to be my wife. You've exposed yourself to thousands, millions of people on social media, and then you want to be called a wife. That's not how it goes. So I think that for us, a lot of us, we live in a delusional world where we think that I can have my cake and eat it too, and you can. But it's just ways that we have to do it. We have to do it in a way that you can get the things that you want out of life, and at the same time, you can get that man. If you want to be married, you can get those different things. Now, a lot of women are able to do the things that they do because a lot of men support it. And I'm not telling you you're wrong. Just like I think it's wrong for a man to say, oh, she wants 6 figures. She wants 6 figures. Yes, she wants 6 figures because it's being done, right? But the issue is that you can't ask for something and you can't ask for something without giving something. So the man is expecting something and you're going to give it. But I see a lot of women that go through their young age and they're like, I'm going to be, I'm selling, I got a great body, I look great, I model, whatever the case may be. And that's what we lead with. And then when we get in our 30s, 40s, and we got a lot of bodies, right, on us, right? Now we say, oh, I'm looking to settle down. We got these kids. We're looking for the man to take care of the kids. And now we're ready to settle down. But our chances are much more slimmer now. Not just because of the simple fact that men are wising up and saying, I don't have to do that. It's because they have so many options. We still have options. I'm not saying we don't have so many options. Now, now society will tell you don't have a lot of options because you have these children and these different things. But where you slim down your options, let me hurry up because they're cutting the yard, the association. Where you lose your options, where your options become very slim, is the fact that the way you led to get it. So now you want to settle down, you done became wise, and you're like, this is not it. This is no longevity in it, right? The money done dried up, you're getting older, and now you want a husband. And so now you got to go back, and the man looking on social media, and he's saying, I don't want somebody that looks like this, I don't want a child from a woman that carries herself like this, right? And so when we see these things and we understand now that, hey, what we're doing is delusional to think that someone is looking at you as a wife. And that's the reality. And I know you're like, oh, such and such, I know they get married. Yeah. Now give me 10 people that you can put on your hand that can tell you they were married and they used to be out there doing whatever they was doing. I'm not saying it's impossible, but we make it harder for ourselves because we live in this delusional world. We live in a delusional world where we can think that we can get overweight. We can eat whatever we want to eat. We can go outside however we want to go, but we want a man that got 6 and 7 figures. That's what Kevin Samuels talks about, is the fact that are you delusional? When he asks, what's your weight size? When he asks those different questions, because he wants you to say it out loud for you to understand it's delusional what you're saying. But a lot of us don't see it that way because society is telling you, yeah, that's what they want. They don't. We are delusional to want to look for a prince, a knight in shining armor, to love us and to take us away and to buy us nice things and to put us in a fancy home. We are delusional when we don't even love ourselves. We are delusional when we try to love someone else, whether it's a man or we bring children in the world. We are delusional when we don't know how to love ourselves. We're still looking for validation. We're looking for validation. We're looking for approval from others based on what we push out. And so I wanted to talk about the delusional woman because that could be you. I was a delusional woman at one time, and as I got older, I had to wise up. Now, I didn't have bodies. I was married very young, but my mindset was really, really not in a good place. You know what I mean? And so now when I look back, there are bad examples that I set for my daughter that she does now because she thinks it's great, but actually she's delusional. Like, you know what I mean? And so I regret those things that I put out in the atmosphere that the example that I set for my daughter. I wish I would have set a better example for my daughter and my son, right? And so I just wanted to talk about the delusional woman and to let you know that there's always a chance for us to change and to get better, right? So I started off talking about the hair, and then I went into the relationships, and especially when it comes to men, because we are delusional if we think that not being discreet and not being our true authentic self in our femininity, which is our power, not being those things and thinking that we're going to get a 6-7 figure man and you don't even have it. You don't even know what it's like to be in a situation where you have a 6-figure man. You don't even know what that looks like. A lot of us don't even know what we want. So we are in a delusional state a lot of times, right? We lead with our degrees. We lead with, our education. We lead with some of us have 6-figure jobs. We lead with that. But then we want a man that we say we want to submit to, but the minute that he tries to step in and be the head of his house, right? We have an issue with it. Instead of saying, hey, let's communicate. This is what we want. This is what I want. I want to be married. I want these things, but I have to have this in a marriage. I have to have this in a partner, right? We don't do that. Instead, we go about it the wrong way. And y'all know what I mean, which is we may disrespect or whatever the case may be. So we say we want a head of the household. We say we want a man of God. We don't even know what a man of God is a lot of times because the men of God don't even know. That's why we got so many scandals and different things like that. So it's a lot going on, but I don't really necessarily address the men. I always address the women because I want us to understand that we got to wake up and stop living in this fantasy world. Men, when they look for someone, I can't speak for them all, but from my experience, men are, the first attraction is the physical. The second attraction is what comes out of your mouth. What you're projecting, who you say you are. And that determines where you will be in their lives. The same thing goes for your children. A lot of us are delusional. We friends with our children. I've seen women that go on to clubs with their children. I've seen women that smoke weed with their children. I've seen it all, especially coming up in Miami. I've seen it all. But then we're delusional that now they become of age and they start disrespecting you. You want some respect, but you were their friend. So we got, in different areas of our life, we live in a delusional fantasy world. We want love and beauty when we don't even know how to love ourselves. We just want the desire. When we go on social media and we see people that's, oh, he brought me roses and look at this and that. But, and it's nothing wrong with that. Trust me, I've had it done. It's nothing wrong with that. The issue becomes when you're pressuring someone to do those things for you when you don't even take care of yourself. You the bonnet girl. You don't take care of yourself. You don't take care of your health. You don't care what you eat. You don't care about anything but yourself. But you don't love yourself. It's a weird thing. And I'm just like, I listened to the young lady talk about that, and then she just kept going on with other things. And it just made me want to talk about the fact that, I mean, ladies, we can be some delusional women. I pray that I know some of hit dog hollers. I know some of you will be offended, but I pray that you get something from this message. And I pray that it helps you to recognize where you may be delusional at. I was delusional as well. And be able to be real with yourself, live a true, authentic self for yourself, right? And then transform that into in your life, incorporate the good qualities and the good things that you can change into your life, that others will see it, and you will see the changes in your relationships. You'll even see the changes if you're married. You'll see those changes. But we first got to get out of the delusion. We're very delusional. All right. I pray this video helps you. Please like, share, and make sure you subscribe. I'll see you next video. Bye.